And so you got guys out there like James White and this Shamoun guy who, are sure that they're going to defend Christianity with their Trinitarian apologetic. And they're going to lose. There's no question about it.
About 8 years ago, somewhere around 2003, probably about a year and a half after I started to research my own doctrine, the doctrine of the Trinity, and about a time where I came to a point where I realized, no, this doctrine is false, I decided to create a website. I used to call it Trinity on Trial because that's how I was viewing the situation. I was putting the doctrine of the Trinity on trial, and severely scrutinizing it to see, how it would stand up. As it turned out, just about nothing stood up. With all the questions I had, all the research I did into the verses, the historical question, and that type of thing. One of the things that I find most troubling about Trinitarian apologetics, mainly, is how Trinitarian apologists are unwittingly destroying the possibility of people having victory in Christ, as well as unwittingly helping the cause of Islam. And that's the main thing I want to focus on in this video. But in this video here, I want to talk about how Trinitarian apologetics unwittingly is going to promote the cause of Islam. And here's how. Muslim apologists, when Muslims want to do apologetics kind of against the Trinity, up to this point in time, they kind of stink at it. They're not very good. And there's a few reasons why they're not very good at it, and it hasn't dawned on them yet. But there's going to come a point in time where they're going to get good at it. Especially in this age of the internet, this information age, when people have all kinds of access to information. And the things that, Trinitarian leaders could hide from people in the past, and just tell people what they want them to hear, they're not going to be able to do that anymore. We're in a different situation than we have been in throughout church history, if I can put it that way. And I think a lot of Trinitarians got it in their heads that, they've been able to maintain this doctrine for 1,600 years now, so it's just going to stay that way. But it's a totally different situation today than it has been in the past. And, people didn't even really talk about Islam 20, 30 years ago. But because of immigration and various other political things that are going on in the world, Islam has, kind of come to center stage in our Western world, in Western Europe and in North and South America. When you take all the things about Trinitarian doctrine and you kind of set them on the table and you expose all of the Trinity's weaknesses, you're not going to be able to defend the Trinity like you could in the past with your flock inside your church on Sunday or at Wednesday night Bible study. You're not going to be able to just play that game anymore. It's a brand new ball game here if you're a Trinitarian apologist. And when you put all these facts on the table, your Trinitarian doctrine essentially becomes indefensible. It's easily seen to be a farce by reasonable people. And Muslim apologists are going to get good at that. They're going to get good at demonstrating that and illustrating that. And so what Trinitarian apologists are doing is they are unwittingly helping the cause of Islam. Because when Muslims start to get good at destroying your Trinitarian arguments, what is the general public going to do when they see that? They're going to see that, wow, that Muslim apologist really destroyed this Christian belief, right? And what are people going to do then? They're already converting to Islam, people out there. And it's just going to get worse. And the reason it's going to get worse is because of Trinitarian apologetics. That's one big reason. And so you got guys out there like James White and this Shamoun guy who, are sure that they're going to defend Christianity with their Trinitarian apologetic. And they're going to lose. There's no question about it. They're going to lose. And when they lose, people are going to see that. And what is that appearance going to do to the public? You see what I mean? it's going to appear as if Islam must be right and Christianity must be wrong. And Muslim apologists are going to make smithereens. They're going to destroy it. Blow it to smithereens. It's an indefensible doctrine. The only reason that Trinitarians have been able to defend their doctrine up till this point in time is because of the circumstances. If I wanted to explore or investigate this doctrine 50 years ago, I would have had to go into a library, and it would have taken years and years and years just to go through every little detail. Things that I could do in minutes on the internet and find quick and fast answers. That's one thing. The other thing is, people are exposed to all kinds of information now. They're not just exposed to what their pastor tells them in their churches. And you can't go around threatening people who deny the Trinity and killing them like they killed Servetus, or they hanged a kid in Great Britain because he denied the Trinity. It's very sobering to think about the gravity of what people are doing out there. We've got to start getting our heads screwed on straight. And it's time to stop behaving like a bunch of idiots. Because that's generally what Trinitarian apologetics breeds. Idiocy. And I see it on my channel every day. People resorting to all kinds of things, including outright lies. This is not what disciples of Jesus do. This is not the spirit of truth leading people into all truth. This is people playing games and spin doctoring things to suit their own fleshly desires. And that's what Trinitarian apologists are doing, and it's bound for failure. So I just encourage people to really think about what they're doing. Because this Trinity doctrine is doomed. It's doomed.